Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the father of the Vande Bharat Express, Dr. Sudhanshu Mani on stage.
Good morning, all of you. So I have this gracious invitation from your school, and the theme, as you know, is artificial intelligence. So I went to somebody in some superior intelligence and I asked him that I have this invitation, I don't want to say no. There's going to be a crowd of accomplished educationists and very smart student. Well, I know something about natural stupidity, but not much about artificial intelligence. What do I do? So he said, well, speak on whatever you want, just try to be original and good. I mean, you forgot the problem is what is original is not good, and what is good is not original. Nevertheless, your school was kind enough to permit me to blabber whatever I want, so here I am. Another caveat, allowed to blabber, but don't forget that I'm a railway man for life, and I have an inherent right to be derailed. How long I'm going to be derailed, I cannot promise. I'm the last speaker, I believe, so brace yourself. You're shutting me down right now. So I did manage to choose something very neutral and boring, and that is India at 100 years since independence. So we are in Amrit Kaal, and by 2047, we are told we are going to be a developed country. How many of you do believe that? A lot of you do. I also do. It's not a question of how, if and when. The question is how inclusive it is going to be, because there's a lot to be done in India. Great development on one side and some pathetic scenes on the other. I do take recourse to some superior intelligence of my uncles, so I'll recall Shakespeare here from Merchant of Venice, when Portia at one stage says, if to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, if to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches and poor man's cottages, princesses' palaces. In the same vein, for me, to come and lecture to you as to what is good to do is no good. I'll only stick to something very little, that is little that I was able to do thanks to a team, and how I was able to do it. Proof of the pudding, as I call it. So railways set up by the British to control India resulted in unification and contact across the people. Gandhiji used it to good effect, and it eventually played a big part in our liberty, and then after independence, in growth. There is a lot of romance as it passes through villages, waterfalls, deserts, desolate here, crowded there, pathos, celebration, joy, mourning, so much so that the destination becomes unimportant. It's the journey which becomes the objective. There's nobody who really remains untouched, but I'm not here to talk about this romance. Where is it going today as India moves to 100 are the questions. Is it really acting as a green quantum growth today? Ready for that? One of the reasons I must tell you is railways is 8 to 10 times cleaner and greener than road and air. And that's what it makes it absolutely necessary that railways be encouraged to help our environment. I'm not going to tell you the story of the Vande Bharat train. This was a semi-high-speed train without locomotives, developed entirely in India by a very audacious, by a team with a lot of chutzpah, which I had the fortune to lead, and they turned out this product in 18 months. In 2018, it became an icon today. Nearly 70 to 75 services run today. It has become an icon. It's just a train, it's not a Mangalyaan or a Chandrayaan. Perhaps because everybody in India thought this was something India had built for itself. A product Indian made for Indians entirely on their own. It's there, you can see on auto rickshaws, on buses, in exhibitions, in magazines, in journals, on everything not even remotely connected to railways. Why did it happen? I really don't know. We didn't really expect that. But the Prime Minister covers it beautifully when he says that it has become a symbol of an aspirational and resurgent India. And from the story, I'll just pick up 4 or 5 things to act as a takeaway for my young friends. I'm not saying this is a great advice. If you like it, it may be of some use to you as life opens up for you. What has happened is that enough for India at 100? There are many things which we have to do, and those are, you see, there's so many new technologies. We need higher speeds than getting stuck at that 160, 180 kilometers per hour. We need more safety. Even yesterday there was an accident near Chennai and a lot of people got hurt. We need more efficiencies. We need lower logistics costs to help the economy as such and improve the travel experience. The takeaways, there's something called transfer of technology. Somebody who knows more transfers it to you. I don't think I believe in that. It is an oxymoron. And why do I say that? If technology is a creation which lives in the heart and the mind of the creator, it is not amenable to transfer. In India, we are stuck between being mindlessly global and hopelessly local. The truth lies somewhere, being close to local, not hopelessly local, but hopefully local. मेरे शेर आईना खाने में तेरी बेशुमार अदाओं के, मगर ऐसी भी है कोई अदा जो सीना है राज में. Right? I can go poetic about your beauty, but there is some elegance in your beauty which will remain buried in my heart. Nobody is going to get access to that. That is technology. So if we have to create our own, I'm not saying you know everything, you can do everything on your borrow, develop, whatever. But you must have, you have to buttress it with your own, with your ownership and pride. And that can make you do 110, 120, 130% more than what you are otherwise capable of. I'm not going to talk to you about technology, and of course I don't know about artificial intelligence. These are some very soft skills which may be helpful to you. In Q&A or informal sessions, I'll tell you a bit about AI when I was writing my 8th book, a collation of Shakespeare and Ghalib, and how AI became a rival, but for the time being, human resource is still your most important resource. And that's why, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do in life, in whatever role, you're a leader, you're dealing with human beings, you're a leader, you have to start with empathy, trust, and humility. You have to start with love. It's not natural for you to love everyone. It's not human. You're going to be a leader, you have to manufacture it, you have to construct it. And when you do, the gains are going to be immense. एक लफ्ज़ मोहब्बत का अदना ये फसाना है. This word, love, has this brief story. एक लफ्ज़ मोहब्बत का अदना ये फसाना है. सिमटे तो दिले आशिक, फैले तो ज़माना है. As the Countess in All's Well That Ends Well, if you've read that, love all, trust a few, do no wrong to none. So words in England, words in India, they take us to that. You have to love your organization, in your case your school. You have to love the people who teach you, who love the people who serve you here, and you love everyone, all your colleagues here. That's the beginning you have to do in whatever you want to do. A word about trust. In India, you will find the system set, unfortunately, by the British is based on mistrust. You come to a position of power and there's a lot imposed on you so that you don't go, you are kept in check, because Indians are not supposed to be trustworthy. Unfortunately, 75 years after freedom, we still maintain that system. Time has come to give trust a chance. Some people may misuse it, but anybody in a leader's position has to be given complete trust, which we did while building the train. I'm not getting into the detail, but it's a powerful tool to do things which we usually miss. And then I said humility. You see, pride enhances you. You look at everyone with happiness. It is an enhancer. Vanity diminishes you because you look at others trying to belittle them to elevate yourself. I got the sanction to build these 2 trains by putting up my case, if it was not working out fully, by falling at the feet of the chairman railway board, who was in the work. By falling at his feet, vanity, which one of you is going to kill in any case one day, why not kill it yourself today? It's just a picture. Indian Railway. All you need to go is to break these walls and just mix with those people. A lot of people talk about success, so sorry, I'm not stealing anybody's lines. And in the end, there is an outcome of value, that is success. I will define it differently. You're doing something, you give it your passion, your commitment, your hard work, your everything, your life. You have succeeded. The outcome may not be of value. You may fail there, but how long can you go on failing if you're giving your life to something? No, you won't. Success is going to be there. As I show in the sketch here, these are merely stepping stones to success. What's in your hand is to give your best. And this is what happened when they said such a thing has never been done in India. Time-wise, otherwise. What if we fail? He said, don't even think about it, give your best. Outcome of value prevents us from attempting. The fear of failure prevents us from accepting we remain in our comfort zone. My uncle Shakespeare has called it beautifully. Our doubts are traitors which make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. गिरते हैं शह सवार ही मैदान जंग में, वो तिफल क्या गिरे, तिफल means children, वो तिफल क्या गिरे जो घुटनों के बल चले. As you grow up, your parents, your relatives, everyone, people like me would give you an advice, go, having not lived our dreams all our life, they'll come, go and live your dream. I modify it to say, there are four things much more important than anything in life. That's your family, your health, your friends, and your spirit. Look after that. One of the speakers did speak about that as well. What if you fail an exam? Don't put yourself under tension of that kind. Yes, look after these four things, but don't let that dream die. It'll be like taking out the wings of a bird so that it cannot fly anymore. Don't let it die, let it linger, let it be in one corner. An opportunity will come your way to realize your dream someday, like it did for me when I was 57 and a half years old. Don't let it be wished and extinguished. And when that opportunity comes, remember these wonderful words of the people's president, Abdul Kalam. Dream is not the thing you see in sleep, but is that thing that doesn't let you sleep. And at that stage, that dream should not let you sleep, so that you really, really live your dream. Basically, the message is, never doubt yourself. Failures are stepping stones to success. We are too much taken up by concerns all around. You're fortunate you're living here, but if you were in India especially, there are many things which don't work. So we get consumed by those concerns. There's a large circle of our concerns. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. But in that milieu, we forget that small dot where we have direct influence. That's the area we have to work on. As a Chinese saying says, that why bother about darkness all around? Light your own candle to remove some darkness around you. शिकवा जुल्मत शब से कहीं बेहतर था. शिकवा complained, जुल्मत darkness शब evening. शिकवा जुल्मत शब से कहीं बेहतर था कि अपने हिस्से की एक शमा जलाते जाते. Light your own candle, and this is what the entire team tried to do in case of this dream that we developed. Nothing out of the world, just a little dream that we had by lighting our own torch. One last thing is, it's never wrong not to know something. Life is always a learning experience, but it is very pretentious to pretend to know that you know everything. This was something we worked on. Wherever there were gaps, none of us pretended that we know. We only engaged consultants to help us, with only the caveat that whatever wisdom they transfer to us becomes mine, so that in future I don't have to take those crutches again. My uncle Shakespeare has said that a fool doth think he is wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool. It is better to be a witty fool than a foolish wit. These were some things. Before I end, a look. Let's not be lost. Let's not be mesmerized by what we see in India today. Let's also look at this. This is how people still travel. Even today, as you and I face a lot of people traveling in India in this manner. What you see on the left side are also railway stations. What you see on the right are also railway stations. Can we be developed merely by building 50 to 100 such stations? Or are we going to be developed by removing such eyesores from our railway platforms? We have to do something about that. I'm presenting this because I was able to do a little bit about something. What you see on the Bangalore, will you ever see a porter carrying luggage in 3 tiers? Something on his arm, with somebody like me traveling next to him with pleasure. I banned it in Bangalore in 2012, provided everyone with a card, and they let them charge whatever they charge today. Because by providing them the card, I was not giving them comfort, but mainly I was giving them dignity, and by giving them dignity, I was giving dignity to myself. Even today, you get some of the way luggages on railway platform are carried, and I provided battery truck in Secunderabad and Bangalore. I don't know if it works today, but also look at the way cleaning is done on tracks. And this is back in 2005 in Secunderabad, when I would go and sit with those Safai Karmacharis next to them, because the first thing is to provide dignity to every countryman that we have, and other things can follow. In addition to the examples in the areas of technology also, we have to now reach a stage like Japan did long time back and China did 20 years back, to lead the world in some technology. It's not merely trying to assimilate or trying to duplicate a technology. It can be Hyperloop, it can be MATLAB, it can be hydrogen, it can be so many things, but there is one area where India must lead the world, and I await that day. Thank you very much. As my father said, for Shakespeare, that we know what we are through Ophelia, but know not what we may be. Time has come.